We're going on a hike to Oyster Dome. Wait, what is it called? Oyster Dome Park?
It's just Oyster Dome.
We're going on a hike today to the Oyster Dome. Normally this hike is about 5 miles if you take the main trail, but we're going to be taking a different route because I don't really like the incline on that main trail. There is an elevation of about 1,050 feet, and for the majority of the hike it is pretty nice. It's just that last half is a lot of switchbacks and it's really high, and I didn't like it the last time we went on it. There was a lot of complaining, wasn't there?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sweating and breathing profusely. I'm very wet. My calves are sweating. On top of that, I'm on the struggle bus. I'm very struggling. I'm going so slow that the mosquitoes are now catching up to me. But I'm so hot I can't put my shirt on. I need this section to be over. It is. Whew. And last week we went to Pine and Cedar Lake, where there was about 1,500 feet of elevation. And even though it was marked as a moderate hike, just like the Oyster Dome is, I had an absolutely awful time. I hated that hike. The lake wasn't worth it. The first mile and a half was just a steep incline, and there wasn't that much change in scenery. So we're gonna be doing the Lily Lizard Trail. Oops. But luckily, since I have done the Oyster Dome hike before, I know that I like Max's shortcut on the way back. It had a lot of different change in scenery. There weren't these steep declines. Going down for me is just as hard as going up. And Max's shortcut really didn't have the same issues as the main trail. It is a little bit longer though. So because we're going to be taking Lily Lizard Trail and then Max's shortcut back, it's going to be around 8 miles. What's really great about this hike though is that it shows a beautiful view of the San Juan Islands, the Skagit River Flats, and the Olympic Mountains. Especially during this time of year, you get to see some people usually sky gliding. Paragliding. I'm like, wait, that sounded wrong. Not skydiving, it's paragliding. And it offers this beautiful extra scenery. It puts it into perspective how small we are in comparison to the scenery around us. That main trail can get fairly busy on the weekends, especially since today is only going to be about 72 degrees at its high, so it's a great day for hiking. But since we're going to be taking these roads that are usually not like the main attraction, I doubt we're going to see that many people on these trails. The last time we went, there was absolutely no one on our way back. Actually, I don't think that many people even know that there's a back road, in all honesty. If you guys are in the Bellingham, Washington area, near the Shuck and Awe mountains, and you want to get a good hike, consider having a longer hike with not as drastic of an incline, and use the Lily Lizard Trail or Max's shortcut. Because the great thing about taking these two different trails is that you actually get a pretty diverse scenery. The Lily Lizard one takes you through dark forests, moss-covered rocks, over house-sized boulders, alongside waterfalls, swamps, and 2 lakes. And there is a good chance that you might see a beaver or 2. And then taking Max's shortcut, I happen to know that there is beautiful wildflowers where bleeding hearts can be found. I also want to say that I was the one who decided this hiking trip. Steven usually plans everything out, and then I happen to be really surprised or grumpy about how things are going. And that's just honestly not fair. I sit there and I say, hey, I want to go on a hike, and then I leave all the planning to him. And that's just because I wasn't really a hiker before. I didn't really know what to look for, but Steven's teaching me a little bit about how to read the elevation levels and the switchbacks and the mileage and everything like that, and kind of get a good idea of where to look. There's the Washington Trails Association that gives us really good detailed information, not only by the parks and forest rangers, but also by user reviews and their own photos. So I'm going to be starting to take a more active role in the hiking plans, and next week is another one of my plans. And hopefully by this time next year, I'll be planning the perfect hikes. So we are on our way to Oyster Dome, but we have to make a quick stop at REI because you have to have a Discover Pass. How much are the Discover Passes?
$30 for the year.
$30 for the year. Not bad. There's only been one place where we had to have an additional parking permit, right?
Yeah, there's 2. There's the Discover Passes, which is for most of the Washington ones, and then there's the Northwest Forest Pass or Northwest something pass. That is for more of the national type stuff.
Oh, for the national stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And those are usually just day passes for like what, $5? involved hiker and hopefully not such a complainer during the hikes, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and follow along. Let's go check out the sales at REI. I really love this hat. How much? They're out of their damn mind. Next summer, I'm just gonna wear these. I'm gonna buy 4 pairs of these and just live in this. This is amazing. The material is perfect for boats, lakes, hikes, and honestly the material justifies the price here. So we're gonna save up and get a couple of these for next year. These shorts are REI. I got them for $7 at Value Village and they're amazing. 70% off. What do we got here? These are nice. Yeah, normally $44. Wait, is this the sale price?
That would be the sale price.
Okay. Regular 90. Sale price $44. I mean, they're nice running jackets. I am not a runner. In fact, I forgot my compression sock. I have a bad leg, and I usually wear a compression sock on every hike, and I definitely cannot run. Women's hiking shoes, size 7, used $50. These are the kinds of shoes that I need to be looking at buying, but I'm a size 8. What is that? Is that what I like, only in a different format?
Yeah, utility dress.
That's nice. Would you look at that? I was right. Day pass for Northwest is $5. Right, so the sales weren't great today, but I did get a pair of compression socks. One of these I'm keeping in the truck so we don't have to buy any on emergency situations. $40, and Washington has tax, but they are higher quality than the ones that I got like 2 years ago from Amazon, so I'll give them that. We're off
to see the wizard.
The wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Stay away from that old Viper man. Don't you take that fruit he's holding in his hand. Just one bite and you'll be swinging with him.
50 miles per hour. That's wrong.
If you should come across a viper in the night, that's when you get the hit that makes you feel alright. You'll be high.
You're not a horse trailer. There's a spot.
Oh, they put a bathroom in here. That's new. I don't remember that before.
I mean, you could go inside and look. Check the toilet, see if it looks brand new. This is different than the last time we came to Oyster Dome. There was like an overlook and everything.
That is because we are not at the same spot.
Which spot is this called?
Blanchard Mountain Upper Parking Lot.
Okay. A timer to see how long this is going to take us?
No, I'm starting an alarm so we know when to take a break.
Oh. I just overheard a family talking before heading out on this hike, and the parents told their kids, we have no expectations about how long or how far we're going out here or what we're going to see. The point is to get out here. And I think that that's a really great message to start a hike with your kids especially, because kids feel very under pressure to follow the parents' lead and not speak up. I know I still feel like that because I don't want to ruin someone else's hike, but Steven constantly reminds me to hike my hike, and if I ever need to stop, he has no problem with it. He's just enjoying being out here. So I think that's a really great thing to just start out by saying is there are no expectations except to be out here. Let's go take a look at that map real quick and see what my expectations are for this hike. I'm thinking 5 hours. I think maybe 5 hours. Just based on my trek record alone, especially because it's really gorgeous out. Wait, where are you going?
Trail?
The map's that way. Onward ho. I'm just gonna put in an image now for video editing purposes of the map for your viewing entertainment.
Once we start hiking, we're going to get warmed up.
Yep. This is a gorgeous start to it. This is already really pretty. It looks like we're in a canopy of trees. I'm pretty glad that we don't have to walk on the road that people drive on for very long. That was like a 2-minute walk to the actual trail. Horse poop. I gotta say, I'm already pretty happy with this trail. Yeah.
Oh, what a sound. This must be a nest. I got rocks and sticks against my chest. I'm Alice. Dear Queen. learn to be kind. Tell King of Hearts to arm all his forces, so you can learn to be kind. What a start, inside out and upside down. No stress, I'ma clean up this mess like Alice. First hand me scissors, then bring out the heavy artillery. Oh, justice is my middle name, I'm Alice. I'ma grow you white roses, so you can learn to be kind. Tell King of Hearts to arm all his forces, so you can learn to be kind. I'ma grow you white roses, so you can learn to.
How far would you say we're in? Like a mile? Yeah? No? How far? Not a mile. Okay, well, so it's 0.7 to the first turn. I thought it was 1.3. This is why we needed to take a look at the map. Don't need a map, he knows where we're going. I want to know the mileage. In any case, I'm probably going to breathe heavy through this whole hike, but so far it's been relatively easy. I've only seen one other person on this trail and they were hoofing it a lot faster than I am. So far I've had really beautiful scenery, a nice incline that hasn't been too steep, and a pretty serene surrounding so far. But who knows? We shall see if my thoughts change on that throughout this hike. I'm really hoping that I planned this correctly and that I read everything, because if I did, that means that I had a fairly good understanding of what I was mapping and looking for. What do people on trails say? I don't think it's keep on trucking, just keep on walking. Yeah. One mile.
There you go.
So yeah, we turned a corner, it was 1 mile, so that was 0.7. You were correct.
Technically you were correct, because that's 1 mile of the 1.3 to get to the junction.
So I was
the junction's 3/10 of a mile.
I was gonna give you credit where credit wasn't due.
Exactly.
Oh, I gotta take all the credit I can. I am usually pretty incompetent when it comes to hiking knowledge, so win for me. So earlier, I do believe we crossed something that was supposed to be a waterfall, but no water was running. And I remember that there are supposed to be 2 stream crossings. So this is number 1.
A little late in the year for water.
Too late in the year for water, yes. What is it? Is it August that's the hottest in the Northwest?
Yep.
Yeah, and it's August 2nd. I might have to plan this hike again somewhere in early June next year, because I think it would be gorgeous seeing all the water flowing around here. And 2 seconds after saying that, it has started to sprinkle on us. We may get some rainfall today, which honestly, I'm sweating enough that it would be welcomed. Do you guys see all these spider webs? It's mating season. It really is. It's mating season for spiders. So right around now, they'll be building webs. You'll see a lot more crawling around in your house and on the roads. What's really lucky for me though, none of these cobwebs have been on the trail itself. And so far, I've seen 4 people in total. So it's not like a huge amount of people were out clearing. It's just that the trail doesn't have foliage on it for the spiders to make their webbing. Speaking of creatures in the forest, that's a black slug. They're gorgeous, but an invasive species. I have seen a couple banana slugs out here so far though, which is very nice. Along with all the spider webs, you can see we got the mist dropping down on us too, which I think is making for a very lovely hike.
Quartz.
Quartz.
Dig for gold.
First step for the woman on the moon, pioneer in silence. Time is dilating with her movement. Aluminum darling, spinning in the darkness.
Our break time alarm is supposed to come up soon. What do you think about just doing it here?
Right there.
Or right there? Why don't you take a look and see how long we have until our break alarm?
I should have my phone over the top.
Oh God, okay. We've been on the trail for how long?
Hour and 10 minutes.
Okay.
So we
And 18 minutes till the break was alarm?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're doing long distance. I take a break every hour, but since we're not really not carrying heavy loads, I set it for 90 minutes.
Well, it's been almost an hour and a half.
It's been an hour and 10 minutes.
Oh, closer to an hour then. And what, do you think we've gone like 2 miles?
I don't know.
Yeah, because no map. You should look up the map for me. We're almost to the fork, which is what? So the first part was 1.3.
Yep, the second part was 1.3.
And we're on the second 1.3 trail.
Yep, and we should be at the junction before too much time.
Before the junction for what?
The junction to where we turn off of this trail onto the other trail.
What's the other trail called?
Lily Lake.
The other trail is called Lily Lake. So if you guys walk, I'd say about 2 miles in. I'm gonna hope that we're 2 miles in. At about an hour to an hour and a half. There's a nice little seating area to get a nice 15-minute break. Maybe find a spot in the woods to pee. And luckily, not that many people walking, so I might do that.
Wondering where the heart is, he goes. New earth, I want it for you. Considering all she has spent, pushing papers full of numbers, low on oxygen, on the inside looking out again. Weeping clouds reach all the way around, closer now than ever she calls out. New earth, I want it for you. New earth, I want it for you.
guys have been rickrolled. It's a new trail. I don't even think it was on the map, was it?
It's on some of the maps. It's on the newer maps. It's on the one I screenshotted.
Oh, very difficult. We'll be skipping that for now. We're almost at the end of the connecting point, and then we hit 0.4 miles like 3 times, and then we'll be at the Oyster Dome. As I said that, there's more trail markings. Let's see what we got here. We want to take Lily Lake Trail, right? That's the 0.4 mile marker. Okay, so we could either see Lizard Lake or Lily Lake. That's going the wrong way. This is the one we want. How many miles?
2.6 miles done. That's most all the up.
Really?
Until we get to that last bit.
That last bit, yeah.
Oyster Dome, yeah.
Yeah, that's the only part that I'm a little bit nervous about. Is that was my least favorite part of the hike last time.
Was the last little bit?
Yeah, because it's just straight switchbacks and up and.
No. We're not doing that. We're not doing that section.
Oh, we're not. Okay.
No, we're just doing the last little bit.
Okay. Well then.
We went down to that creek and up out of that little creek. That's the only section we're doing.
Oh, this should be fairly easy then. Yeah. I was nervous about that. I mean, no matter what, we are. I want to say accelerate. That's incorrect. Ascending, there we go, 1,000 feet. So no matter what, there will be an incline. It's just how steep is that incline. And we've already done most of it, and it's been a breeze, so yeah. I'm gonna highly recommend that you take this trail, and I absolutely love Max's shortcut, and you guys will see why on the way back. I see a lake. I don't know how good you guys are gonna be able to see it, or what the view is gonna be like. But with my eyes, I can see the lake and a bit of water reflection. This is kind of why you have to go out and see it for yourself. The camera just cannot accurately capture what your eyes can see being in it, you know? There's just, the camera doesn't capture that depth, the lighting, etc., etc. But it is quite beautiful to be walking through the trees and then see the light reflecting and getting all those shadows in the water. And then the addition of like lily pads, and then you see like some birds jumping off of it, and I just can't capture that accurately. I will shout out a channel that I think does an amazing job with the cinematography and the information when they go on a hike, and it's all over the world. I don't remember their name right now, and I can't look it up in the middle of a forest, so I'm just gonna pop it on the screen right here and tell you guys check him out. His hiking videos are like works of art and aspirations for me. Oyster Dome. Doesn't have any mile markers, but map. We are, let me see if I can find this. Don't tell me. We went up here. This is where Lily Lake. Did we already do this part?
No, we're right there.
We're right here, okay.
You're at Spot Victor.
Oh, Spot Victor.
Which is Spot Victor.
Oh, that's helpful. We're learning together. If you're not learning and you already knew this, just enjoy the view. This is the view. I'm gonna pop in right now what the view was last time, just so you guys can get a good idea of what it would look like without all the mist. Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah, different view up that way. Where you were out in the water.
That's cool. I don't think this is gonna be the thumbnail moment that I was kind of hoping for. I will say it is kind of cool seeing the edge of the mountain here and just nothing. It honestly has its own charm. Like everything feels a little like the rock is the only thing that exists in the world. A little surreal. Steven's got our lunch. We're gonna eat and then we're gonna head back down. Last time I asked, was the view worth it? And this is the answer I gave. What was he thinking I could do that? But I did do it. And the view is gorgeous. Worth it? I don't think I can say it was worth it. For him, it's worth it. Gorgeous view. Unfortunately, I don't know if I can say that my opinion has changed because there is no view, but the hike was worth it. I can at least say that. Alright, that was a 15-minute break to eat some food and let our muscles relax for a second or two. It was 2 hours and 20 minutes up, and you said it was how many miles? 4.2?
It was 3.7.
3.7. We did it in 2 hours and 20 minutes, and that's including the 15-minute break we took. Now we have 4.2 on the way down, taking Max's shortcut, and I'm pretty sure it's going to take the same amount of time. For one, we're going down and the descent is not going to be dramatic, so I can make pretty good time. And last time I made really good time as well. So pretty sure this is going to be, what, about a 5-hour hike?
Yep.
Which is what we said. Yay! Steven and I are planning to do, what is it, a 5-day hike here in a couple years. Gonna work up to that. And hopefully in 2 years' time, I will get used to doing a long 10-hour hike and taking breaks and intervals as needed. So far, my hiking experience, I don't really try and get breaks done. I have a point I want to get to. I get to that point and then turn around and go home. Like, it is a task that I am getting through.
Which is fine if you're doing a 3 or 4 mile hike and you're only doing it one day. But if you're
Right.
doing multiple days and trying to get in long miles, you need to pace yourself.
And I need to learn how to do that. I'm good at making good time, right? I'm just not so great at the rest and recovery part and the pacing part. There have been a few times where I probably should have taken a break on previous hikes to at least recompose myself, and instead I'm like, no, I just want to get to this point because there's no other option. I want to get to the point that I've already started hiking to, and then get home and get done. So just gonna take more practice. What did you say last time I was doing this? Just need to do it more.
Yep.
Just need to do it more. And I do appreciate that we put this plan out a couple years. That may seem like a long time for some people to have this not so lofty goal, like it is only a 5-day hike, right? But I want to do it comfortably. I want to have the best time I can. This season's hiking, we've probably got about 5 good more hikes in for the season. We're also working on our 10-year plan for living on a sailboat, so we've got those plans underway as well. And then next year, I want to focus a lot on hiking as well. And by then, I think I should be pretty okay for a 5-day hike around some rough terrain, right? Because how's the terrain on the hike that we're planning?
We'd have to go look. I don't remember. I don't remember it being bad.
Okay, well, Steven and I have very different ideas on what is easy and doable, so we'll have to look on that. Luckily, that's a couple years away. While we're doing a easy stroll through the woods, I want to pop in here to talk about the Parks Pass that we got today. So we've passed a couple people that were having a hard time, like I previously did, walking the Oyster Dome Trail. A lot of people do not consider these other paths, which is one of the reasons why I'm recording this video and kind of trying to beat it into your heads that this is easier, because it is easier. It really is. But a lot of people don't even know it's an option, because if you take that main Oyster Dome over Snohomish Pass,
Shuck and Awe Drive.
off of Shuck and Awe Drive,
Yeah.
it's free parking. I'm gonna say, save yourselves the trouble if you're not like super into hiking steep hills for an hour. Get the Washington State Pass, okay? It's $30 for a whole year. Otherwise, it's $10 every time you park for a day pass. That's an absolute steal. Plus, it's not only for hiking. There's a lot of dog parks, kayaking lakes, and just like simple walking trails that require that pass. Now, the forestry one is a $5 a day one. And there's not that many places that require it. So unless you know that you're going to a place that needs national forest parking permit, save your money, I'd say. Save your wallets, get yourself the deal of the I think it was actually $31.99, so $32. But honestly, you're gonna have a much more enjoyable time hiking. This is by far and large way better than the last time, and past so many people going, oh my God, how much further? They really are on the last leg of it, but I feel their pain. I definitely feel their pain. That being said, I'm gonna keep enjoying this hike. And I feel pretty good that we were able to point them on an easier way down, especially the woman who was carrying a baby on her back. That's rough. All right, we hit the quarter done marker. We're at the V.
Yeah, we're just right here, and it's just
We're gonna go. Whoop.
right around this tree.
Okay, so there's no marking though for it.
There is up there.
Oh, okay. All right. So it's we already got 0.7 miles out of the way.
Yep, out of the 4.2.
Nice.
5 to go.
Blue sky, come bearing a up before us. We hang on the hem of your gown. Blue sky come, promise not to leave us. Tarry not to our town. There's a darkness in the valley, heavy branches crack and spit. If we holler, will you hurry? Can you hear us through the wind? Blue sky calm, dancing in between us. Take us up, lay us down. Blue sky calm, promise not to leave us. Tarry not to our town. There's a violence under our feet, running stitches through our homes. Bring a lantern, bring it quickly. Joy is not to be a crone. Blue sky come, hearken to our chorus. Tie us to your golden crown. Blue sky come, promise not to leave us. Tarry not to our town. Tarry not to our town. Tarry not to our town. Tarry not to our town.
Okay, so we are now on the Max's shortcut connector thingy.
This is Lily Max connector.
Lily Max connector. We have 2 miles to go. Honestly, we haven't been on this one. I thought we had been on this one. The one I've been on for Max's shortcut was that way. So we're on the Lily Max connector, which I have not been on. So I don't know if we're gonna get this field of flowers like we had last time, because that was the other way over by the Sammamish.
Samish Oak.
Yeah, and I know we won't be getting that overlook. And frankly, even if we did, you guys wouldn't be able to see it because of the fog. So this next section is probably going to be a lot like what we've already seen. Well, okay, here's the thing. At the 2 mile marker, we were going to stop and take a break, the connector spot. This trail, very thin. I have seen a couple people take this route. I honestly am a little bit tired and could use a bit of a break. I just don't see a great spot for it is the thing. Like, I would just be standing in one spot and that doesn't feel like a rest to me. It feels just as easy to stand in one spot as it is to move forward. So we're just gonna keep moving forward. And if I see a spot to rest, that's when we'll take it. Otherwise, we're just gonna power through. All right. I wonder what kind of bird that is. What?
Sit right here.
Sit right here?
Sit right there.
Okay. Stephen found us a log. So we are back on Lily Lizard Trail. We've got about 1.3 miles left to go. We definitely need a break. You guys have already seen this trail coming up. The rest of it's gonna be doable, manageable. I do wish that we had just done Lily Lizard Trail the whole way and just skipped Max's shortcut. I'm gonna say that's the thing I learned for today, is I had a bias about that field. I really wanted to see that field with those wildflowers and then that overlook, but it's the wrong way and I didn't double check to make sure it was the right way. So if you're going to the Oyster Dome and you want an easy way up and down from Samish Overlook, consider Max's shortcut. Otherwise, don't bother with it. It's not worth it. It's longer. It looks exactly the same as Lily Lizard. It doesn't cross over any streams. It doesn't have the potential for waterfalls given the right time of season. And honestly, the depth of the inclines or declines, descents, are a lot more leveled out. On Max's shortcut, there's a lot of up and down. So you're going to be doing a lot more work than you need to. Still easier than the main trail on Oyster Dome though, I swear to God. I absolutely hated that one, so I will be checking the back roads. Another option to consider is we knew that we weren't going to get a view with Oyster Dome. We still had a point we wanted to reach and we went for it. We could have just walked around the lakes. I mean, it wouldn't have been that interesting right now because the water is pretty low. But how many miles would that have been? Like 6 miles if we just walked around the lake? 6 or 7. So yeah, that also would have been an enjoyable hike. I personally really just enjoyed getting up on the mountain. Yeah, there was no view today, but I personally really enjoyed walking in the fog. I thought it kept us nice and cool. It gave like this cool little spooky feeling, like fantasy in the wilderness feel to it. And yeah, this was a great hike. This is the first one in the series. We'll be going to Anacortes next week. See you guys then. Bye. Stay hydrated. It's 2:40. We started at 9:45. 5 hours, 7.9 miles. And I was taking pictures and we stopped. So decent enough. On to the next one.